In 1976, the residents of Circleville, Ohio, began finding letters in their mailboxes, handwritten, locally postmarked, addressed by name. The letters knew things, private things, affairs, debts, secrets people had told no one. No fingerprints were ever recovered. No one was ever seen mailing them. And when the only convicted suspect sat behind prison walls, the letters kept arriving. That is the problem. Mary Gillispie drove a school bus in Pickaway County. She was 31 years old in 1976, raising her children in the kind of small town where everyone knew everyone's name and most of their business. The first letter arrived at the Gillispie home in early 1976. It accused Mary of having an affair with Gordon Massey, the local school superintendent. The language was vulgar and specific. It threatened to expose her publicly if she didn't end the relationship. She told her husband. Ron told her to ignore it. Within months, other residents in Circleville were receiving letters too, different names, different accusations, same unmistakable handwriting. On the night of August 19, 1977, Ron Gillispie received a phone call. He didn't say who it was. He grabbed his .22 caliber pistol, walked out to his truck, and told Mary he knew who had been sending the letters. He drove away. His truck was found approximately a mile from their home, crashed into a tree. Ron was dead. The pistol had been fired once. His blood alcohol level was slightly elevated, enough for the county sheriff to rule it accidental, not enough to explain where the bullet went. No bullet hole was found in the truck. No trajectory could be established. No further investigation was opened. The letters continued the following week, as if Ron Gillispie's death had simply been absorbed into the town's quiet routine. As unremarkable as the weather, state investigators eventually took interest. They analyzed hundreds of recovered letters. The paper was untraceable, common stock available at dozens of retail locations within a 100-mile radius. The envelopes had been sealed with a sponge, not saliva. Not a single usable fingerprint was ever lifted. Witnesses were canvassed across Circleville and the surrounding townships. No one had seen anyone near collection boxes. No one witnessed a drop. Graphologists examined the handwriting and agreed. One author, consistent across every letter. But handwriting analysis identifies similarity, not identity. After years of active investigation, authorities had no suspect, no physical evidence, nothing. In 1983, a homemade sign appeared on a rural road outside Circleville, hand-lettered, crude. It accused Mary Gillispie of the same affair that had been the subject of letters for 7 years. Attached to the sign was a wooden box. Mary stopped to remove it. She pulled at the sign and triggered a mechanism inside the box. A .32 caliber pistol discharged. Mary was not struck. Investigators traced the components. The trail led to Paul Fresher, Mary's brother-in-law, her late husband's brother. He was arrested, tried, and convicted of attempted murder, sentenced to 7 to 25 years in Ohio State Prison. He maintained his innocence every day he served. Paul Fresher entered prison in late 1983. The letters stopped for approximately 3 months. Then they resumed. Same handwriting, same intimate, specific knowledge of Circleville's private affairs. Letters arrived at local businesses, at the Columbus Dispatch, at the homes of town officials. One letter was delivered to the prison itself, addressed to the warden, accusing staff of misconduct. Paul Fresher was still inside. In 1990, Unsolved Mysteries aired a segment on the case. Within days of broadcast, the production office in Los Angeles received a letter, postmarked Ohio. Same handwriting. It threatened the show's staff by name. Paul Fresher was still in custody. Investigators confirmed the handwriting matched pre-incarceration letters, but Fresher's incoming and outgoing prison mail was monitored. Officials stated they had no record of him sending correspondence matching the identified letters. No one could account for the discrepancy. Remember the handwriting. Graphologists found no meaningful deviation between letters written before Fresher entered prison and letters written while he was inside. Not in letter formation, not in pen pressure, not in the way the author shaped certain capital letters. The consistency held across 2 decades. Either Paul Fresher mailed hundreds of letters from a monitored prison cell without detection, or someone else replicated his handwriting with forensic precision and maintained that replication for over 20 years, including during his incarceration when comparison was most dangerous. Neither explanation has ever been proven. Neither has been ruled out. Paul Fresher was paroled in 1994. He never confessed. He died in 2012. The Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation has not officially closed the case. No additional suspects have ever been publicly named. The Circleville Letters file remains open. The letters have not arrived since Paul Fresher died. If Paul Fresher wrote every one of those letters, even the ones postmarked while he sat in a monitored cell, Then how exactly do you disappear from inside a building?